Today we'll be taking a look at the Luna coin and performing some technical analysis on it so we can make some price predictions on where we can expect to see the coin go in the near future. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another crypto video, and we're taking a look at the Luna coin on the channel. Once again, we're going to perform our usual analysis using moving averages and other sorts of technical indicators in order to make a prediction on where we could see the price of the coin go in the next few days, weeks, and potentially months. But before we get into that, guys, remember to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy today's video and subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of content. We cover crypto, investing, stocks, and wealth management. I'd also love to know as well if you are a Luna coin holder down in the comments section of today's video. But without further ado, let's get straight into technical analysis of the coin. Welcome into CoinSpot, guys. If you're looking to buy Luna or any other cryptocurrencies, there's a link down in the description of this video. But let's take a look at Luna, and we're going to actually swap straight to the daily chart to see what's been going on. It's been about a week since we last looked at the coin, and as you can see, a few things happened. We did have a nice little bit of a spike around about here, but unfortunately we dropped and we're now sitting at $8.88 Australian, which in all fairness is not too bad, because as you'll see soon, we are sitting on a good little support point. Now, notably, we did hit $12 Australian at our peak today, which is absolutely fantastic, and it was, I suppose, a key point for us in order to hit, because it is where there is a point of resistance. So it's nice to see that we touched it, but we did bounce off it instead of moving forward. The crypto market did go down overall, so I'm not surprised to see, but you can see though that the volume of the buying and selling did drop off on all these red days here, so that indicates that they're not dumps that are occurring, it's just the buying pressure has reduced a bit. So let's just get straight into the TA, and the first thing we're going to do, as I mentioned before, is put in that clear point of support, which is roughly about where we're sitting right now. You can see we've had plenty of price action at this point along the entire price chart. I'll just zoom out a bit more. You can see right here we had plenty of price action there too. This is a critical support point, but more notably, it is great that we managed to breach this point and move upwards above it. So that is good news, and we, as a result, looking like we could be in a new horizontal trading channel as a result. And I'm going to just plug that in by using a top end to show where our next point of resistance is, and it's roughly at that $12 mark. You can see it might be slightly higher if we just zoom out and go across, but there has been plenty of price action around here, so it is a pretty good spot to put that point. Now, it looks like what is about to happen is just purely based on this. We're going to bounce off the bottom of our support point at $8.80 odd cents, which is good news, and hopefully we'll start trending back towards that peak. Let's bring in some moving averages so we can see exactly where we are sitting from that perspective. We're going to bring in the 20-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, and finally the 200-day moving average to get a good grasp of exactly where we are sitting now. I'll just bring in the 200. There we are. So where are we sitting? Well, we have seen something quite interesting, and that is a golden cross has occurred, which is really big news for us. A golden cross indicates that basically the shorter term trend has crossed above the longer term trend. And we can see here that our 20-day moving average crossed above the 50-day moving average at roughly $8.23, indicating a change in the direction of the trend. And this is further reinforced by the quite clear breach of that resistance point that was sitting at $8.85. So great news. The next target for us from this perspective is to get this 20-day moving average up at the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at roughly $12, which is where our new resistance line is, and breach that. that, as a result, for me, is our target for Luna within the next coming few weeks. We want to see this 20-day moving average breach the 200-day moving average at $12 and surpass it and break us hopefully out of, I suppose, the downwards direction we have been going in over the past few weeks. So that right there, in my opinion, is absolutely fantastic. Now I'm going to bring in some more indicators. The next one is the MACD, just so we can get a bit of a gauge as to where we're going. And you can see, obviously we transitioned to a bit of selling pressure given the fact that we've dipped here, and that is reflected as a result in the MACD. In saying that though, it wasn't a massive cross, which means that we should hopefully recover pretty easily. If we do see this support point at 885 get breached, I think potentially we're in a bit of a world of pain and we might start moving downwards, but I think it's unlikely to occur at this point in time. And I think this is going to be a shallow dip and we're going to converge back above the longer term trend. So that is good news on that front. Finally, I'm going to bring in the relative strength index, which will indicate where we're sitting based on a buying versus selling, overbought, oversold perspective. And we're actually sitting basically smack bang in the middle at roughly 47 points. We are happy to sit between the 30 and 70 point band because that is where normal trading will occur. We're definitely not oversold, we're definitely not overbought. We're sitting right in the middle, which means there is plenty of room to move upwards or potentially downwards, but we are at the bottom of our channel horizontally right here. So I think what we're going to see is the RSI is going to start moving upwards as buyers come in. As I mentioned previously, you can see the volume has been dropping off as we go down, and buyers should now start stepping up as we are at the bottom of this trend. I'd expect to see quite a few traders getting in because it looks like a relatively predictable trend to trade. If we're at the bottom of the channel here, we'll move straight back up to 12, and you know, we're talking roughly a 30% gain from that perspective, so it would be silly not to try attempt trade it. What I would suggest though, if you are going to trade it, wait for confirmation that we are bouncing off this point. In saying that, do your own research obviously guys, but my target for today's video, as I've mentioned, is $12 Australian. And that wraps up our analysis of Luna for today guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to leave a like to show your support. As well, I'd love to know if you're a Luna holder down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more of this sort of content on the channel, hit subscribe and turn on bell notifications. We cover crypto, stocks, investing, and wealth management in general. So if that tickles your fancy, make sure you join the channel. But I'm going to leave it there guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.